Copenhagen Voice presents Frank London trumpeter from New York City, who is going to be a guest performer of the Klezmer Festival at Louisiana Art Gallery.
And it all began when I was in high school, gymnasium, and I felt it was much more interesting. I was playing trumpet, but it was much more interesting to be part of sort of the alternative hippie rock folk music scene than to be part of like the band or the orchestra or stuff like that. I've played in almost every state in the U.S., in almost every country in Europe and in Eastern Europe, and in most of Latin America and parts of Asia. So most of the world except for Africa, India. I've been to Australia. So most of the world except maybe Africa and India. In America, one of the main things that musicians do in schools, they play in these marching bands for the football games, and I hated that. I wouldn't. I refused to march for the football games because I feel like this kind of nationalist, fascistic, anti-aesthetic crap. So they wanted to kick me out of the music program. Interacting on a musical level, it's a very different situation. Can we just try a little bit of that first vocal? I just want to see if this works with most fun. There's amazing fun at playing sold out Carnegie Hall, and then there's amazing fun at playing in the basement out Alchemia, which is this jazz club in Krakow that has after hours jam sessions till 5 in the morning, and the vodka doesn't stop flowing, and you know, really being able to go between both. From the experience, it can be about the place, but it can be about the people you're with or the music that happens. I mean, there's all these different variables. Sometimes, you know, the place sucks and the music stinks, but you meet some really interesting person, or so, you know, any combination. Or there's sort of a fetishization of this idea of fame and famousness, to the extent this is the whole reality TV thing and people's Facebook and the way people are willing to put their personal lives just out there just to be known, as if that's a goal in and of itself. And I've never had that. But I mention that because people think, oh, it's so exciting because you're standing there and you're playing in front of 20,000 or 50,000 people or whatever number it is, or tomorrow we'll be at Tivoli and it's sold out. And that's not, for me, not the point or not the challenge or not the goal. Often the challenge is to personally challenge myself. So sometimes I'll be more nervous playing a gig for 15 people where I'm getting paid $20 and it's really, and no one in the world knows about it, but where there's something about the music that's really at a high level and it's something very technically challenging and I have to be very focused and diligent, not something I've done 1,000 times. So often that's the professional challenge, and that part I almost live for the professional challenge. Right now I'm writing a piece now. I got a commission from the Queen's Symphony Orchestra, 1,001 voices, a symphony for Queens. It's written for full symphony orchestra, 200-piece chorus, vocal soloists, tabla soloist, and Chinese erhu soloist, with a narrator whose texts are based on interviews with different immigrant groups. What I love about music is that for me and for many people, it instills a deep sense of humility, because as good as you are, there's always people who are so much better, And the music itself, I never feel like a master. There's always so much more to learn. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know about it at all. And it's just, I made good fun of this Klezmer musician. Actually, I was more making fun of his manager. I was playing in Paris with my band, the Klezmatics, doing the Klezmer music show. And outside in front of it, there was a guy sort of handing out flyers for a Klezmer show that he was promoting at another venue. And it was a younger French Klezmer musician. And he hands me a flyer. He goes, "Oh, you're from the band." Yeah. Because, have you heard of this guy? He is the master of the Klezmer clarinet. It's really fantastic that he's a master, because I've been doing this for 35 years and I feel like I'm barely beyond the beginner stage. So I'm so honored that he is such a master and the guy's with me. It's like, what we do is not commercial. People like it. What we do is overtly political. We don't make choices based on making money. If people said, "Oh, we'll pay you money, but you're not allowed to talk about gay politics. You're not allowed to talk about, rights for working people or stuff," gigs where they kind of say, "Don't do this, don't do that," and we're like, "Sorry, we don't do that." Challenge is personal in keeping family and relationships together when you're traveling all the time. Is to not accept people's stupid generalizations and stereotypes, and to really develop an honest, open, questioning, believing attitude.
Vi skal have en syng med sang, den hedder Tumbalalaika.
Louisiana, first of all, for inviting all of us to this amazing place. This is my second time playing here, and it's so inspiring to be playing in this environment. So thank you, and thank you, Shauna, and thank you actually for the Jewish community here, which has invited me. We're doing a concert tomorrow night at Tivoli, and so it all worked out, beautiful synchronicity. And that's the good part, and look, thank you. Look at, there you go. Well done. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It's beautiful. Thank you.